Hello, Year 9. We're going to go ahead and talk about like terms. So go ahead and write down 3B, adding and subtracting algebraic expressions. So remember, we talked about expressions today in class and also your last video, which basically identifies any string of addition and subtraction of terms makes an expression. So now what we're looking at is how do you know which ones are like terms? So let's say, for example, okay, you're given 5x plus 3y minus 2x squared plus 3x plus 7y. All right? This is one really big expression, all right? And all of these are terms. So when we look at this, this is an expression, as we talked about today, and each one of these is a term. So in order for a term to be like another term, we are looking for them to have the same pronumeral and the same exponent. Then we can actually make them the same or like terms. So for example, 5x would be like 3x. So I can actually add together 5x plus 3x, and I can have 8 x's. The other one that I can do that with is 3y, positive 3y, and positive 7y. Those are the same pronumeral, and they both have the same exponent, which really is just a 1 in this case. So I can add together 3y's plus 7y's, and I could get 10y's. The reason why negative 2x is left out is because it has the same pronumeral as the 5x and as the 3x, but because it has the exponent of a 2, and the other ones do not, then it is not a like term. So that is the one that I could not actually combine with the other two. All right? So these two, 5x and 3x, those are examples of like terms, and so are 3y and 7y. Those are also like terms. So I could actually combine them together. So as an example, we're going to simplify the following algebraic expressions. And our first one is going to be 5ab minus 2a plus 3a. Okay? So when I look at this expression, I notice that the first term has an a and a b in it. The second one has an a, and the third one has an a. So the only two terms that have the same pronumerals, exactly the same, are negative 2a and positive 3a. So if I'm told now to simplify, when I'm asked to simplify, I need to combine any of my like terms. So in order to do that, I cannot do anything with 5ab, so I'm going to keep 5ab the same, but negative 2a plus 3a gives me 1a. So instead of writing negative 2a and 3a separately, I can write them as 1a or just a. So 5ab plus a. So these two like terms now gave me just an a. So I can replace two terms with one simplified term. Let's try another one. So again, we want to simplify by combining like terms. Make sure we have the directions written down so we know what we're doing. So simplify by combining like terms. On this one, let's look at 2x squared minus 3xy plus 5yx. Okay? So on this one, if you take a look at the terms, the only ones that have the exact same x's and y's are the negative 3xy and the positive 5yx. The 2x squared is going to be left out because it's missing a y, and also the x has a square on it, and the other ones don't have the square, okay? So I know that these are like terms, and I can add them together, like terms. So let's go ahead and simplify our answer. We'll have 2x squared. We haven't done anything else to the 2x squared, so we'll leave it as it is. And then if I have negative 3 xy's, and then I add 5 xy's, I'm really just adding the coefficients. So negative 3 plus 5 would give me positive 2xy. So I basically combine those two terms to give me my simplified version. For our last example today, we want to look at which terms are like. So which are the like terms in this long list that I've given you? So we have 5x, negative 2y, 3x, 4y squared, negative y, 4y squared, 2xy, and then 7y. Pause the video here and see if you guys can put a circle around ones that look like they're like to you. And if you see other combinations that look like they're like, maybe put a square around them or a different color so that you have different sets put together. And if you're checking your work, I've noticed that the 5x is like the 3x. And those are the only two that go together with x's. Negative 2y, I can put together with negative y and with 7y. So those three are alike. I could also put together, let's put a triangle around these, positive 4y squared and positive 4y squared. Those are also like, so I can combine those as well. The only one that's not like any of the others is 2xy, and it's because it doesn't share the same exact pronumerals and exponents as the other ones do. So go ahead and take a moment to look back over your notes, maybe write down a question or two that you have for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.